Hi, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how I built this toy Lamborghini Diablo in something drivable again. It was my own car when I was younger. I think I was about 8 or 9 when I got this car. And now it was laying around on the attic, so I think, maybe I can change it and update it a little. As you can see, it's really old school and it's broken. Everything is broken. As you can see, the steering is broken, the rear is broken. So let's try to fix it and let's make something about it. Even most of the stuff on the underside is broken. The body was in quite nice shape after all those years. I am giving the car a more realistic look. So out with the closed grills, out with the lights, everything out. Out with the windows. And as you can see, I even cut out the pop-out lights, because I wanted to make it a newer version, a facelifted one, with the Nissan headlights. This car is equipped with 2 motors, one for the drivetrain and one for the steering. So no proportional steering and no proportional throttle. It even was wired, so it's really old school. No remote control, nothing. So I want to make it a little bit better and give it a personal touch. The body still fits nicely, as you can see. The car came stock with 4 batteries. So let's watch if it will work on 7.4 volts. Yeah, the motor is still running. It works, maybe not for long, but we'll try. After a couple of seconds it burst. So let's fit this shit and replace it for a bigger one, because bigger is better. It fit nicely on the original plates. And now it's time to put another spur on the drivetrain, because the plastic ones, what still was in it, they were really bad, crispy and broken. So now it's time to fit everything. Look how it works. It fits nicely, as you can see. And in the meanwhile I was starting to sand the car and make it smooth for the next paint job. And when you're here, please go subscribe, like, share, comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Now I have to put on the first coat of primer to see where I have to sand and where I have to grind. And I'm making some SVR replica hood scoops, or GTR, something like that. I made them from plastic, as you can see. I think they turned out pretty well. But now the bumper doesn't fit anymore with the style I'm going for. So let's cut out the underside and let's make it some more like a GTR, SVR, or just a newer version, a facelifted one. After this I applied another layer of primer. And in the meanwhile, while it dries, I'm going on with the chassis, fitting the engine, making everything work, fitting the drive shaft, fitting the spur, fitting the pinion, and after that I applied Bondo, so it's gonna be nice and smooth. I fitted the motor in place and made a little bracket to hold it in place. Now it's time to test fit the body. And as you can see, it fits nicely. I had a brand new battery laying around 7.4 volts. So let's make it fit. And I made the chassis more rigid with aluminium strips. Now it's time to fit the ESC and make it work. Yeah, it works. Nice. Now, back to sanding, bondo, grinding and making the rear bumper fit. I cut off the rear of the bumper because I want to use real mesh, just like the real car, and I made a hole on the underside for the exhaust. This is the car after another layer of primer. As you can see, it's not smooth enough, but we'll work on it. And then I forget to film, so here it is in its final color. I choose white, but it was not smooth enough. So I'm adding some more bondo for the last time, I hope, and I'm making the mesh for the rear and for the side stands. And after that I was thinking, what's a Lamborghini without a big wing? So let's make one big boy. The material I use for the feet is plastic, and the wing itself is going to be from aluminium, which I'm going to wrap in fake carbon. So let's make a big boy for it. It's crooked, as you can see, but no worries. Look, I already wrapped it with carbon. It looks amazing in my opinion. Please let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I think the side flaps were too big in comparison with the body. So let's change it and make them a little bit smaller. And in the meanwhile I made some panel lines for a more realistic look. And added some window trim. And big thanks when you're still watching this video. So if you have the time, please like, comment, share or subscribe. And I also made the mirrors from carbon too. And now it's time for some lights. I used 3mm LEDs from Green Stuff. Link in description where you can buy them. I fitted rear lights and front lights. That's it. Because we don't have a lot of room for more. The car is 1/18 scale. I made some little lenses, just like the real Nissan lights. And I'm making the headlight covers from Lexan or plexiglass. And I painted the inside from the lights black, just like the real car. Now it's time to make everything tidy and see how it looks. Not bad at all. I'm really happy how it turned out. It gives the car so much more character. And now I want to build a front lip. So let's make it from plastic. And fitting some more mesh in the rear. And the chassis is coming nicely together too. But as you can see, I fitted a normal servo. Make the steering more proportional. It looks like a mess right now, but let's test drive it for the first time. Let's see how it handles. It steers okay, but always tighten up your wheels. And now I'm going to add more details, like a little exhaust made of an old antenna. Yes, fits nicely and it complements the rear of the car. And of course, every Diablo has to have a diffuser. So I made one from scratch, from plastic. I think it's time for clear coat. So this is the car after just one coat. And this is it after 3 coats. Look how shiny it is. Now let it dry. And let's fit some windows, all windows. I made some plastic from scratch because there is no interior in the car. So why bothering to give it clear windows? And then, next step, making my own chassis, because the first time I drove it, It's already broke. The plastic was really brittle, really old. So I make a new chassis. I used the chassis from styrene and I put some aluminium on top of it, or on the underside, for a more rigid look. The steering is already working again. Now it's time to fit the rest of the stuff. The electronics, the ESC, the servo, the axle, and made some room for the pinion and spur. Look, fits nicely. And if you think, Peter, you sound tired? Yes, I am tired. So that's why it's the reason I don't upload as often as other times. I don't know, a little bit sick, a little bit ill, bad sleep, but okay. And in the meanwhile I bought another engine, because I want more power. Now it's time to fit everything in its final place, like the servo, the motor, the ESC, everything, the receiver, and it works. It works nicely, got a lot of power. I hope it goes well, but I think it's gonna get damaged. So, now it's time to fit the body again. As you can see, it's a little bit high on the front, and in the rear, yeah, it looks like an old Golf Mark II. So, let's change that and make it a little bit lower on the front. And I fitted an aluminium strip, so the body is more rigid. And I want to make the battery easy to access, so I cut off the bonnet, or the frunk, or how do you call it. Just something like this. And of course I make it nice later in this video. It's almost finished, I think. Or not. It's becoming to look a lot what I had in mind, with the aluminium under tray and just the details, the lights, the wing, the battery placement. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy with it. So, now it's time to make the bonnet open and close, so I get good access to the battery. And after this I test drive it a little. But as you can guess, something broke. Again. But after all this work, I was still not happy how it drove. It was really bouncy, because it really got no suspension. Nothing in the front and nothing in the rear. So let's change that. And yeah, I gave the car a little bit more camber. So it drives a lot better, I think. I don't know, but it's working again. It drives and it steers. So let's take it out and let's do a little test run again. Okay, done with talking. Let's give it a go. And after this little run, I was making everything fit again. And fit a little magnet on the underside from the bonnet, so it closed nicely. It just needs some minor adjustments and then it's perfectly in place. And after this I was thinking it's really high on the front. So let's make a big splitter. It fits more with the big wing on the rear. I used some plastic and I've wrapped it in fake carbon. And fitted some side skirts in fake carbon also. So it fits better with each other for a better look. And after this I was thinking, it got springs suspension on the front now, but nothing on the rear. So let's build my own setup from scratch. Yeah, even the shocks. And they work. It's like a solid rear axle. Because yeah, you don't have a lot of room in this car. It's just 1/18 scale. So I want to try this and look how it runs. And this is the most cheap option. Because the other options are very expensive. And it's not worth it, I think. And then I wanted to make some TE37s fit I had laying around. But the wheels are from resin, so it was one run and they broke. As mighty car mods will say, in the bin. Then I made the front hubs more sturdy with some aluminium. And the steering. It steers nicely but not a lot of angle. But yeah, it's not a drift car. It's getting crowded in there, so I hope the body will still fit. Now it's time to make my own wheels, because the resin ones broke, the original ones broke, so I made some new ones by using the original barrels and using some old Coke caps, Coca-Cola caps, you know. Yeah, they work. I hope these ones will stay in place, will not get damaged, but we shall see. I wasn't thinking about to buy some new wheels, because yeah, it was just a side project, so it hadn't have to cost a lot of money. I painted them black, because it looks good with the carbon accents, I think. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And I still really wasn't happy with how the rear handles. So I make another setup from scratch, using metal for the trailing arms. Yeah, the tires are shot, but I think we can do a run on it. Maybe one time, maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times. But yeah, we shall see how it goes. So, let's build everything, let's put the motor in place, and let's do the final test run. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you're not bothered with my bad English accent and my tired voice, but the car drives well. So, I'll see you the next time, I hope. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, comment below, or give me some advice or things I can think about it in the future builds. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye.